What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Breakdown Sportscast. I'm your good friend and host, Corey Willis. Hope everyone out there is doing well on a Sunday evening. Hope you guys enjoyed week 11 of the college football season like Chris and I did. So, yeah, guys, I hope everyone out there is doing well on this fine Sunday evening out there. As always, guys, we appreciate you all tapping in with us, watching the show, listening to us wherever you're engaging with us at. Of course, if you want to follow us on social media, of course, we're on X, Instagram, TikTok, all of those great social media platforms at BD Sportscast. You can find all of our content there. If you want to listen to past and present episodes of the podcast, you can listen to us on a bevy of your favorite podcast applications. Of course, we're on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, we are there. And also, if you lovely folks are listening to and watching us on our official YouTube channel, we appreciate that. And we're also on Twitch as well at Breakdown Video Game Cast, where Chris and I are playing some video games from time to time. So, as always, guys, we appreciate you all tapping in with us, listening to us talk about this great sport known as college football. And tell your friends out there. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. Of course, if we can get to 100 subscribers, Chris and I will do a raffle for a chance for that person to get a chance to get some free swag of their favorite college team of their choosing. And that's a big thank you from Chris and I, as you guys have helped build this platform that we've been on. We've been doing the show for about 3, going on 4 years now, Chris, and you guys are the backbone of our success. So we want to be sure to, give you guys a token of our satisfaction. And just tell you thank you for all you've done. So yeah, but yeah, guys. As always, you know who I'm with, y'all. I'm with my good friend and co-host. He is Chris Bolton. Chris, what's going on, my brother?
Nothing much. Just enjoying this whole Sunday as we were recording. It's been some good football, good pro football. We had some good college football. So it's just been a good weekend overall for football in general. But, specifically, we're about to get into some of these crazy college games that we had this weekend.
Crazy indeed. And look, I put it on the thumbnail. I think everyone knows which which play I'm talking about that we got to tap into on the show. Just a crazy weekend, Chris. A lot of great games. Just a lot of crazy plays from around college football in week 11. And yeah, man, it was an interesting week indeed.
Oh yeah. No, we got some everything this weekend. Last second touchdowns. You had some kick return, punt returns. In the Wake Forest game, that was a big one. Wake Forest and Virginia. Shout out to the Demon Deacons.
Mm-hmm.
Finally on the road, Corey beating Virginia. That's a big dub for them. Robbie Ashford. Still out here making it happen one way or another, Corey.
Look, you talk about a man, Chris, that has been in the world of college football for 5,000 years. It's like he'll never leave.
He's like that. What was my guy that played college basketball at Kansas? I feel like he played college basketball at Kansas for like 8 seasons. I don't know, was it like Perry Ellis or something like that?
Yeah. Perry Ellis. Oh my gosh.
he's like college football's Perry Ellis. Like he won't go away.
No, not at all. Not at all, man. So yeah, great weekend indeed, Chris. A lot of things did happen on a week that probably a lot of people, wanted to kind of sleep on and say, it wasn't, that impressive of a week, but a lot to go over. So, as a result, Chris, you all ready to delve into week 11 of the college football season?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go ahead and do it. So, week 11 results. We'll go ahead, Chris, and kick things off with probably the craziest game of the day. Indiana had to travel to take on Penn State, Chris. And what do you know? Penn State was they were in a dogfight with Indiana. Or I should say Indiana was in a dogfight with Penn State. Knowing Penn State's season so far, I mean, look, this game could have made their season had they had won it. 27-24 was your final in this one, Chris, by a touchdown catch. That's literally the catch of the season. I it wouldn't be surprising to me, Chris, if by the time we get to like the ESPY awards and stuff, Omar Cooper Jr. for Indiana, he's gonna be up. He's gonna be up there receiving that award for craziest play of the year. A great catch to help seal the victory for the Hoosiers, Chris. No one saw that coming. Mendoza was shocked. Kurt Signetti, he was shocked. He literally said he's never been in a game and never seen a play like that in all his years of coaching.
Gus Johnson was shocked.
He was shocked. I was worried. I was going to ask you, Chris, did you hear? And look, we have heard Gus Johnson on multiple. We've heard him on multiple calls. That's exactly how he sounds. I've never heard his voice crack like that before in my entire life. He was floored.
Give him the trophy.
I was with him on that. I was like, look, any man that goes out there and makes a touchdown pass like that, yeah, just give him the trophy. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if the Heisman committee just walked out there in Happy Valley, like, look, here you go. On ESPN, no need to even do a broadcast, folks. He wins.
Man, Corey, like you said, brother, what a spectacular game. That whole fourth quarter, just riveting football. I mean, cinematic football, Corey. Like we were watching, it felt like a heavyweight fight. I mean, Penn State really pushed Indiana to the brink. And they made Indiana have to go in their bag. And it took the catch of the year for Indiana to leave Happy Valley with the dub. I mean, goodness gracious. What a sensational game. And if you're a Indiana fan, I think you're just like, whew. Because that was the game. Every team has that one game in the season where it's like, oh, man, are we going to find a way to win it? Because we very well should have lost that one. But Corey, Coach Signetti and the guys, they found a way to win it.
They found a way. They found a way. And you look at them now, still, Chris, undefeated. No one has toppled Indiana. 10-0.
Wow.
A lot of people talked about this team, Chris, and saying that there's no way that they can duplicate what they did last year.
Duplicate? They doing better.
they doing better. they doing better than what they did last year. What are you talking about? It just shows you, Chris, in this world of NIL, you do need money. To get great talent in, to have great teams, but ultimately, you need great coaching. You need a great synergy in the locker room to get guys to win games like that. They could have easily folded, Chris. Me and you saw that game. They could have said, "Look, this is it. This is going to be our first loss of the season. We gotta, take it on the chin." And get back in the lab the next week to get ready for the next game. That literally could have happened. But no. They said no. We gonna win this game. And what did they do? They won it. So look, great. You have good teams and you have great teams, and then you mix that with great coaching. You can do anything. It don't matter where you at. It don't matter if you at Indiana. It don't matter if you in at Tulane,
Right.
Memphis,
Right.
Mississippi State, Ole Miss. It don't matter. Great coaching mixed with a great nucleus of talent can get you far in this 12-team playoff, and that's what we're seeing. And look, if your school is out there struggling, you gotta get great talent out there that wants to play with each other. That's what we're learning, and that's what we learned on Saturday.
Yeah. No, no, for sure, for sure. And I do want to give credit to Penn State, Corey. James Franklin's gone. Drew Allar out for the season. But this team, they showed up to play some ball, and they showed a lot of heart, a lot of pride in this matchup by really having to make Indiana pull out its best football in the fourth quarter. And so, a team that could have very well packed it in this season with how things have played out and not accomplishing the goals that they had set forth in the preseason. But these boys got pride. It's a team that has a lot of heart, and so they didn't get the win, but I want to give them credit for not mailing it in this season, Corey, because a lot of teams in their circumstance, in their predicament, with the expectations they had early on, to be at this point where they are in November, most teams would have packed it in.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, we gotta give a shout out to Penn State legend, who is now interim head coach for Penn State, Terry Smith. He had those guys show up today. Like, yeah, you can literally tell that he literally tested these guys' pride. Do you want to play for Penn State University? They came out there and they balled in the way that they should have been balling all season. They came up short. They came up short. But hey, there's no moral victories. At the end of the day, they didn't lay down for Indiana. They came out
Mm-hmm.
there and balled and they tested Indiana. And I got to give them props because probably some teams out there will probably just lay down. They didn't. They tried. And they just came up short. Literally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A toe
A
short.
toenail. I can't say a toe, Corey, a toenail.
A toenail short. So hey man, look, that's football sometimes, and you're not always gonna. The ball isn't always gonna roll your way, but you gotta take those losses, learn from them, and get better at the end of the day. And Penn State, they'll be all right. It's they've had a tumultuous season, so um, the biggest thing, if you're a Penn State fan, you saw a lot of grit, and that's all you can be happy about so far. So. But yeah, Chris, a great game indeed. I love this one from beginning to the end, and yeah, we're definitely gonna see Omar Cooper at the ESPYS. Like,
Oh yeah,
ain't no way for him to escape
got
that.
to.
Oh man, so yeah, man, we will see what happens next for Indiana as they try to get to their quest to a Big Ten championship. So moving along, Chris, we won't stay on this game too long. But Georgia had to
Ooh.
travel to Start Vegas, Mississippi, to take on those Bulldogs of Mississippi State. This game, Chris, look, a lot of people during the week, I heard Greg McElroy and people were talking about, hey, Georgia, this can be a potential trap game if you're not ready to play. It started out, Chris, as if Georgia thought that this was going to be a trap game and they weren't ready for what Jeff Levy and company had in store for them. But as the game settled and as Blake Shapen decided to fumble the football, Georgia wins the game 41-21. And now Georgia's about to get ready for a showdown against UT,
Texas.
University of
Yeah.
Texas, Chris.
Yeah.
So a great win by Georgia by not looking ahead, because Lord knows they probably were a little bit. And look, it's just a testament of Kirby Smart and getting these guys um involved each week um to be ready in these big games. And the challenge is always there with Kirby Smart. So he challenged these guys. They seized the moment, and they got the W, and they got the heck out of Dodge in Starkville, because some teams have not made it out of there before. A lot of them this year, but in history, yeah, we've
Mm-hmm.
seen it. So, what were your thoughts about this game overall, Chris?
Yeah, Georgia was locked in. Um, it's always funny that first drive when it scripted plays. Coaches be cooking, man. I mean, it's like you see it around the country. Everybody's little first series that they get scripted out. It's like, wow, they just take it down the field and get the touchdown. Um, you know, Mississippi State came out hot, on fire, but like you said, as the game continued, Georgia in this defense was able to amp up the pressure, which like most teams do against Mississippi State, and get in the backfield and cause chaos. Um, and Georgia didn't have self-inflicted mistakes. They weren't getting false starts to start the series. And it's plays like that, if you're a Mississippi State fan, it just makes you want to pull your hair out, because you can't have those mistakes. The margin of error to be able to beat a Georgia is very thin. You can't afford to be messing up. You don't have the same guys Alabama has on their team. So when you saw those mistakes start happening, it was an avalanche, Corey, and Georgia got in this rhythm offensively and defensively, and shout out to Drake, circa 2014. Nothing was the same. It was on and popping from there. So yeah, uh, big good win for Georgia. Now you just keep it pushing and you lock in for Texas, which will be a fun battle. Two top 10 teams in the country going at it, Corey.
Yeah, look, I can't wait for this game, Chris. Look, it is the new, like, Georgia, Bama, Georgia, Auburn, whatever you want to call it, or a game we'll talk about later on, LSU, Bama. It's the new rivalry in,
Mm-hmm.
in the SEC, Georgia, Texas. So I'm interested. I'm intrigued to see what Kirby Smart is going to do to stop Steve Sarkisian again. Is it going to be more of the same? Like you said, nothing was the same. Um, yeah, like what's is anything going to be different this time? Did Sark learn from the last time against Georgia, or is this going to be a case of we're going to see the same thing? Kirby Smart's going to find a way to suffocate Texas and squeeze out of this game with a victory. And Kirby Smart's going to talk more about him owning Texas, owning the
Mm-hmm.
University of Texas. Like what's going to happen? I'm intrigued. I can't wait for this game, because this is two blue bloods with great talent that, quite frankly, anybody can win this game.
Yeah, and both, to the eyes of their fan bases, having down years. Still top 10 teams in the nation, but it hasn't been aesthetically pleasing to this point for either team for the most part. Georgia's had a lot of close battles. Texas has had some games where it's like, how did we win that? And then they also had some performances that was like, okay, they got some juice. So this will be fun. This will be a whole lot of fun, because we're going to see, can these teams play their best ball at this point of the season, Corey? Are they ratcheting things up a notch and coming into their own in November, which I anticipate Sark and Kirby. That's what they both want.
Absolutely. This is two heavyweight teams in the SEC about to go toe to toe with one another, and a lot is riding on the line for both of these teams. Playoff chances are riding on the line in this game. Here's the thing, Chris. It's gonna be jumping. I know. Yeah, I know you know this too.
Mm-hmm.
Since Saturday, it's gonna be jumping. Even before Saturday, in Athens, between the
Mm-hmm.
hedges. Man, those Georgia people, they want that W. They want to take on the University of Texas and beat them in their home turf and have fun doing it. It's not gonna be easy. I'm here to tell Georgia fans that flat out right now. It's not gonna be easy, but this Georgia team right now, they you can't knock them at this point. They're getting stronger by the week, Chris. Texas got a lot
Yeah.
of work to do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a fun one.
So yeah, man, we will see. We will see what happens. So yeah, interesting ball game. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Georgia, Mississippi State. They got a date with Missouri
Missouri.
next week. So they're 5-5. They got to win one, Chris. Get the bowl eligibility.
We'll see, man. Might be a battle of the backups. We'll find out later on this week.
Yes. Yeah. It's probably a little teaser for a Bolton's bets later on in the week. So
It definitely depends on who's at QB. I'll say that.
absolutely. So yes, sir. Well, moving along, Chris. We're now going to go into the Big 12 conference. One of your favorite conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Tech hosted BYU, undefeated BYU in this game, Chris. Came into this game in Lubbock. And Texas Tech won this game 29-7. It wasn't easy. I saw highlights of this game. BYU they were trying their best to make this into a game for Texas Tech, but ultimately, the Red Raiders pulled out of this game with the W. They should have had. Current Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes was there in attendance. So
Yeah.
the power of Patrick Mahomes was there, Chris.
Some of his energy was permeating in the stadium. So on that field. So the guys definitely were able to bring it home. You can't let Pat down, man. Pat got a little off time to come see y'all play. You got to get the dub.
Yeah. That's like Dak Prescott coming home to Mississippi State, and State just let him down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like, come on now, you can't do that. So
Well,
yeah,
J.
man.
Cole let Nas down.
Yeah. Right, and he did let Nas down at one point. So yeah, great victory, Chris, by the Red Raiders. Man, this team, Chris, and you've raved over this Texas Tech defense, not just their offense, but their defense. Man, they're stifling. They are a scratchy bunch, and they can go toe to toe with anybody in the country. Just a great
Yeah,
performance.
definitely. I mean, they pulled out the locks. They locked up this BYU team. Had everybody strapped up. Um, Made it difficult to run the football. It was just an all around great performance on all three levels. Whether it's the guys in the trenches, the linebackers, or the secondary, everybody played well. And you know, Tech is for real. Yeah, I think they have stamped themselves as the premier team in the league, despite that loss to Arizona State. I feel like Texas Tech can beat anybody in the playoff. I truly think they can play with anyone. I don't see this team just getting beaten down by most teams. Even I think they'll play well against Indiana. The only team I can see potentially just really running it up possibly would be in Ohio State. But even Ohio State, as balanced and as good as the Buckeyes are, Corey, they they haven't really just been whooping up on teams in a way that makes you think they are unbeatable. So I mean, Tech is a good team, extremely talented team, and they are lining themselves up to be a real threat in the playoff this year.
Absolutely, I agree with you, Chris. This is a team that's been balling out of their mind, and look, they're right where they want to be at. I think at the end of the day, they've done most of the heavy lifting to get them to where they need to be. There's still some games that they have to play. They have to play UCF. Sure,
Hmm.
they're gonna win that game.
Which
Um,
is a tricky game.
it
Now I'm sure
is.
they'll win it, but that is a tricky game.
It is. It is. Another tricky game, West Virginia. So, um,
Yeah.
we'll see about that one. So, um, yeah, I think they control their own destiny now, Chris. I think that's more than ever. You can see that they're sitting nicely at the top of the league. They had to get this one. They took control of this game, and now they can just really handle their business these last two games. Like, nothing's given to them. They have to earn it still. So they have to still show up and play. But it's
Hmm.
always great to beat uh top top dog in your conference to become um number one in your own
Hmm.
respective conference now. So this is all about seeding, positioning yourself to be right where you want to be at the end of the season. So they're getting closer, Chris, to going to the Big 12 championship. But yeah, this was a great start to
Oh
get
yeah,
there. Hmm.
for sure, for sure. So yeah, definitely big dub for the Red Raiders, and we'll see how BYU bounces back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
First time they had someone finally drew blood. BYU is
Exactly.
bleeding a little bit. Can they clean themselves up?
Bleeding blue. And who knows, Chris? I mean, look, this was BYU's first loss of the season. We could run this back. We could run this
We
back
could.
in the
Hmm.
Big 12 championship. Hell, I'll be happy to see it again. I think this I think BYU will learn a lot from this game. And maybe, this is the adversity that they needed. So, if they can win out, they can potentially be right back in this game with Texas Tech for all the marbles. So
Hmm.
that's why you don't quit fighting at the end of the day. The ball can go either way. And for Texas Tech, they were the better team. Now your BYU, you got to find ways to get back in the lab and finish out the season the right way, so you can potentially meet up with this team in the Big 12 championship. So I think it can be done. Just hang in there, BYU fans. I think you're in for a roller coaster.
Agreed. Agreed.
So yeah, man. So yeah, we will see what happens with both teams for sure. But a great victory for the Red Raiders over the weekend. And now, Chris, we will head to our final premier matchup of the weekend. Me and you had watched this a lot. I was tuning into this game. Texas A&M took on Missouri in Columbia,
Hmm.
and it was interesting for a little while, Chris, until A&M decided to literally run off.
And so you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of wearing this belt. It's time to take it off and
Exactly.
put this leather on some.
so yeah, 38-17 was your final in this one. A&M still undefeated, Chris. Uh, just like we've talked about with Indiana, one of the biggest stories this season is A&M. Man, Mike Elko has this team humming.
Yeah.
They find ways to win, Chris. It's
How
never
many?
pretty.
No, no. Seriously, they do find ways to win. How many sacks did A&M finish this game with because Corey, like you said, it started off interesting to start, but then the second half, once A&M was able to, peel, peel his ears back and know that they can get after the passer, that's when things got a little ugly out there.
So I'm looking at the stat sheet, and it looks like they had 2 tackles on defense.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, yeah, they had 2 tackles, 7 for a loss, 3 pass deflections. So they
Mm-hmm.
they were doing some work in this game. The
Yeah,
defense, they were standing tall.
yeah, and that's if A&M's defense is able to fly around, good luck. I mean,
Yeah.
that's Mike Elko's calling card, Corey.
Mm-hmm.
He's a defensive guy. That's his background, defense. And so, yeah, it's nice that they got your Mario Cravers of the world. KC Concepcion. You got Concepcion at receiver.
Mm-hmm.
You got your Ruben Owens and I mean, all these different guys at running back. Marcel Reed, like all that's fine and dandy. Le'Veon Moss, all that's cool, but it's the defense that if this team is playing some great ball on the defensive side, you really in trouble. You are really in trouble because yeah, Mike Elko is one of the best when it comes to scheming it up. And this defense, Corey, I feel like has only improved more and more as the season has progressed. Because for a minute, it's the offense that was really holding things down. Like they were in a shootout with Notre Dame early on in the season. You had Arkansas put some points up. The team is starting to find itself defensively though, and really give teams troubles.
Agreed. I think this team has been clicking on all cylinders, Chris. I probably say since they played. I have to look up the A&M schedule now. It was early in the season. I mean, Notre Dame is literally the week in which we started to see this team fight in the way that they do. They find
Mm-hmm.
creative ways to win ball games. I gotta give them that. Um, and their gutsy performances by them as well. Yeah, you have to give Mike Elko a ton of credit, Chris, in seizing the moment and make sure that this team didn't lose focus of what they're trying to accomplish. This is the best record that we've ever seen Texas A&M have in quite some time.
Boy, what? Texas A&M was a joke. It didn't matter who's on the roster, Corey. We knew they were going to go 8-4. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care. They started the season 7-0. They were going to finish 8-4. That ain't the case now with Mike Elko in charge.
No, no, it is a complete opposite now. And hey, it this is why they got him. This is look if you would have told me, Chris, that you had Mark Stoops, a guy he was ready to get out of Dodge in Lexington to take this job, Chris, and then
He ain't wrong.
out comes Mike Elko, peeping his head out the window, saying, "Hey, I like College Station." Man, I would have definitely told those boosters in A&M at the time, like, look, what are you doing? You know who to get. Michael Elko's right there.
Yeah,
And luckily they did
it's
the right.
tough
They made the right
because
choice.
I low key feel for my guy Stoops, man. Like I feel like he with the resources, you know what I'm saying? Like at A&M, we saw Mark Stoops win at Kentucky. Like that can't be overstated enough. Like Kentucky doesn't win football games. Corey, Kentucky's a basketball school. I feel like Mark could have did some things, but The fan base said, don't bring Mark here. And 24 hours later, you heard a whole new head coach getting hired to A&M. It was an A&M guy because Elko used to be at A&M playing as a DC defensive
Yeah,
coordinator.
yeah, and like this ain't his first rodeo at all. Like he knows that place. So he is A&M at the end of the day. He knows what it takes to be great there. So
Mm-hmm.
seeing him as the head coach there and just demanding excellence from these guys, it's working. It's working. That oil money is running.
And more to come.
Right.
If you keep winning like this, you can get all the oil money you want to fund
Exactly.
this team.
Oh man, and look, it's paying dividends right now. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from A&M right now. We will see what happens with them moving forward from Missouri. Hey, look, it's tough when you have your starting quarterback in Bo Prabula, who was so instrumental in getting you, still talking in the college football world in the top 25 each week. He goes down, and then you have to, try out a freshman out there. It's tough in trying to get the most out of players like that. But Matt Zola's I see a little bit of the talent. Is he quite ready yet for a moment like that? No, and I think if you're Missouri, you just got to take it on the chin and learn from the adversity here. So we'll see what happens with them. But hey, it can go off the rails next week. You got scrapping Mississippi State. So you still gotta play some football.
Definitely do. You definitely do. I feel like they should. Matt's going to continue to improve.
Yeah.
I I can vouch because in my college football dynasty and with one of my teams, I was able to get him out the portal, and he's a good QB. So hey, I don't know how good he will be this season for Missouri, but the future is bright with Matt at under center.
You see that Missouri fans coach Chris Bolton. He knows. He knows what kind of talent you have there.
Yeah, he came on to Troy, and we are doing great things with him at Troy.
Nice, nice. You just siphon the talent from Missouri just like that.
Hey, since he wanted another opportunity, I just felt like we'll come on home to Troy, Alabama,
There you go.
and we'll let you do your thing.
There you go. You dropped the biggest bag on that gentleman, did you? To get him to play at Troy.
We gave him a little brand exposure. He wanted some more brand exposure.
I see that. I see that. Nice. Nice. Oh man. But yeah, no, you're right, Chris. Yeah, it still he still has a lot of football left
Yeah,
under him in the collegiate um aspect. So yeah. I think he would definitely be all right. Missouri will be all right over time. So it's what happens to everyone. You play A&M, you lose.
yeah,
So,
yeah. No, it's what a college football season, and what has college football become, Corey? Where we are now saying Indiana and A&M are undefeated in November. Like, think about that. We just said A&M used to be a joke. Literally, we laughed at the thought of A&M winning more than 8 games in the regular season, and here we are now. We are talking about Indiana and A&M as a couple of the favorites to really make some noise and possibly win this thing.
yeah, it's crazy times that we're living in, Chris. Crazy times. Oh man, but hey, it's the world of college football now. That's what we gotta
Yeah,
live with. So yeah, man.
you're right.
So yeah, world we are living in for sure. So, but as we continue, Chris, we got a couple of other games
Hmm.
in week 11. Folks, if you're just now tuning in with you, We appreciate your support. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Let us know, what was your favorite game of the week in week 11 of the college football season? Chris and I would love to know that. Other week 11 results, Chris, as we are getting closer and closer to wrapping up the show. We'll start off with this one. LSU, Alabama. It's the game years ago, Chris. You couldn't live without. You had to wait a whole week. Alabama, LSU had to stall you out a whole week for this one.
Man, CBS used to block out a whole extra night game on the schedule after having the 3:30, 2:30 Central game. They had to run it back with the 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central edition of this game on that same night.
You knew the season was about over when you start seeing it. It's like, hey, before you watch LSU Alabama, we have Auburn taking on, I don't know, Kentucky. Do you want to see that, guys? Like, no, I do not CBS want to see that. Just give it the damn game, all right?
Nah, well, you just gonna have to wait till tonight.
Oh man, but all jokes aside, Chris, 20-9 was your final score in this ball game. An ugly ball game. I watched it. I started to message you and just tell you why this game was so ugly. Like, I couldn't take my eyes off of it, Chris. I know you couldn't either.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful nightmare.
Beautiful nightmare indeed. Good win for the Tide. Any win is a good win. This wasn't a pretty win. And honestly, LSU had no business being in the game with Alabama, Corey. Alabama there was a lot of self-inflicted wounds. I mean, Todd Simpson, I'm sure he would admit, did not have his best game in this one. Interceptions, I mean, Harold Perkins he gonna have nightmares about Harold Perkins for a few days. I mean, that interception, you get the strip. I mean, LSU's defense made plays now. You hold this Alabama offense to 20 points, Corey. The defense did its job to give LSU a chance to win this game. LSU just could not stop with the penalties. Some were questionable. I think the officiating in this game was questionable.
As it always is in the SEC.
Exactly. There was some questionable calls, but also LSU just didn't do enough either. Like, we just gonna keep it a buck. Garrett Nussmeier did not make the plays needed to be made. They had to go to Van Buren, bench Nuss. Van Buren flashed potential, which, I mean, as us being Mississippi State alumnus, we know about Van Buren. He's nice now. LSU got them a good, talented QB with him. But they just said LSU didn't make enough plays, Corey, at the end of the day. And if you don't make enough plays on the road against Alabama, you're not going to beat Alabama. Point blank, period.
Not at all. And yeah, that was the gist of this game. Like, you saw two teams, one team that doesn't have a coach anymore, no direction, starting quarterback that's been having nagging injuries on top of just sustained regression throughout the season. Versus a team in Alabama that has literally been clicking on all cylinders since that loss to Florida State at the beginning of the season. Just two different trajectories of both of these programs. And that's saying something. We're talking about LSU. A team that they're always trying to be in it at the end of the season in terms of playoff aspirations. And, for Alabama, this was an ugly win. It just can't say anything else about it, but a win is a win. You'll take them any way you can. And, hey, it's just another opportunity for Alabama to get closer to an SEC championship berth. And hey, what's going to be even interesting next week, Chris? You had to go up against the LSU defense in this one. You got to turn around and go up against Oklahoma, the best
Yeah.
defense in the SEC and one of the best defenses in all of college football. So that's going to be interesting coming up this Saturday.
Sure is. Sure is. Because Oklahoma, they're jockeying for a playoff spot too. They need this one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it will be very interesting. I mean, Mateer played much better in his most recent outing.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma coming out of a bye week will be fresh, rested. Uh, that makes a difference now, especially for Alabama team going to go against LSU. I mean, it wasn't your normal LSU Alabama game, but it's still a game you have to be focused and locked in for, and it's tough in the trenches. So will Alabama have some hangover from that game leading into this Oklahoma game? We'll find out.
We will. We most definitely will. So, yeah, it was a terrible ball game in all facets, but hey, Alabama wins. So,
And if you're LSU, it's time to go ahead and let Van Buren and Harlenberry run run the show.
yeah, yeah, it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. I'd say so. Hey, so that's something to keep our eye on, Chris, as we kind of wrap up the season. So yeah, man. So moving along, Chris, this game. Yeah, you were raving about this game. The weather was crazy. Iowa taking on Oregon in this one. And look, the score, it says it all. 18-16. Oregon escaped. Oh my God! What were your thoughts about this one, Chris? All I can think about is you saying "I told you so" because you told us so.
The game was everything I wanted and more, Corey. It was a beautiful nightmare. Just you see, man, Dan Lanning in the cotton hoodie, the rain pouring down on him. He ain't want the rain jacket. Give me the cotton hoodie. I want to be in the trenches with the guys. That's what he said. He can't be in the
Literally.
trenches on the field, so he wants to be. Yeah, he went ahead and embraced it. Give me the cotton hoodie, and I mean it was a beautiful defensive battle.
Mm-hmm.
Every yard was hard earned, but when it mattered the most, Corey, Dante Moore, that throw he made for like 35 yards with the game on the line, that rope
Mm-hmm.
to where that was the wide receiver, then he had to turn around, like it just was there. The DB couldn't do anything about it. Just a dime of a ball that he threw. That's big time, and especially in these conditions on the road in Kinnick Stadium to make that play. That's a growing up moment, coming to age moment for a young first year starting quarterback. Um, Oregon proved a lot with this win. This was a tough one. This was a tough one. Iowa almost stole it away, Corey, at the end. If the receiver could have got his foot down, Indiana got their foot down. Iowa was able to get the foot down for the touchdown in the back of the end zone. Um, but shout out to Oregon though. You got to give credit where credit's due in winning a game like this because this was tailor-made Iowa football. Iowa, if they could go back in time and you would say this is what the score will be, this is how much time is left, and you got a chance to win it. I was going picking at 10 times out of 10. The time situation of how this game played out. This is the ideal Iowa game. But Oregon, you escape with the dub, and I think you feel great after this one. I think this is as impressive of a win Oregon has on its resume. Because now you know, yeah, we want to run, we want to have a shootout. Of course, we can win a shootout, a track meet. We're Oregon, But you want to put us in the trenches where it's rainy and sloppy, we can get down like that too. And we shown it. We got down with the team who is the best in the nation at playing that kind of ball. So Oregon, I think you're feeling great, and you are ready. Bring on whoever the rest of the season.
I agree with you, Chris. And look, if I'm the committee, I'm not punishing Oregon for a close win like this either. I don't think they deserve that. I think if anything else about Oregon makes you think twice about them being one of the top 12 best teams in college football, this game was a gutsy performance from them. It wasn't easy. I don't think most teams in the top 12 would make it out in this game alive with a W. They proved a lot of people wrong that, hey, they can win in gutsy performances. And that's all that matters, honestly. If I was a voter, I'm saying, hey, Oregon belongs. They don't need to get punished. They don't need to get dropped from their spot. None of that. I think they're in a good spot right now, and I think a lot of people should learn more about Oregon if they haven't already after this ball game. So, hey, no complaints out of me. Look, you win in an ugly ball game like this. Good job.
Yeah, no, definitely, Corey. Definitely, kudos, congrats. Give
Yeah.
Oregon its flowers because
Mm-hmm.
this is this was pure November Big Ten football. I mean, everything about it was prime early 2000s Big Ten football. Before you weren't in the first to 20, Corey. It was 18 to 16. My
Right.
goodness.
That's how ugly it was. That's what they put us through. They put us through this one. Oh
So
man.
yeah,
Yeah. No. It definitely showed that Oregon can handle adversity. And I think that's what a lot of people really wanted to see. So for me, I saw all I needed to see.
same. Likewise.
So yeah, man, we will see what happens with the Ducks moving forward. But a gutsy performance by getting that win in Iowa for sure. So another game, Chris. Got two more. We will go into this one real fast. Cal took on Louisville, and what do you know, Chris? 29-26. Cal upsets Louisville. That was
Yep.
Now that we talked about chaos going into week 11, and this was a resemblance of some of that chaos we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Gutsy win.
Big win for the Golden Bears. I mean, we were a week early, Corey. We
Yeah.
mentioned the Golden Bears the week prior, and then they fell short. But this was big, and this was on the road.
Mm-hmm.
This team grew up and before our eyes. This was at Louisville.
Yeah.
I mean, huge win for Cal. Now this team, what's the record now, Corey? Is it four? Is it 5-5?
So, Cal is now 6-4,
Six
three
and
and
four.
three
That's right.
in
You're
the
bowl
ACC.
eligible now.
Yeah.
This was huge win for this program
Mm-hmm.
because Cal is a team. They
They are.
normally are very respectable, very
Yeah.
good team. And they proved it here,
Mm-hmm.
taking out a top 15 team in the nation. This is a team that normally, hey, they can hang with you, and they got some pride about themselves. Hey, this was Djax, Deshaun Jackson was a Golden Bear. I
Yep.
mean, we take it back a little bit earlier. They had some other ball players there. So, hey, what? Let me see. Beast Mode
Yeah.
came out of Cal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They produce some dogs now.
Aaron Rodgers is a
Yeah,
bear.
yeah.
Yeah, they
So
got some
hey,
dogs down there.
exactly. So hey, to see Cal, bowl eligible with a young quarterback. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, this is a freshman QB, Corey,
Mm-hmm.
and to see the way they are playing. Hey, this is a team. Put a pin on this game. You know what I'm saying? Make note of this game, Corey, because this 2026 season, we're going to have to look out for Cal next year.
Oh yeah, yeah. And look, it wouldn't surprise me if Cal makes their way into the college football playoff next season.
They're going to be a player in the ACC for sure next year.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I love their quarterback. I love their quarterback. Jaren Sagapula Tele is really great player, athletic quarterback. I like the running back. I like everything that Cal does.
Oh, yeah, the
I
running
think,
back's a dog.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think this team is they're gonna make some moves in the ACC, and hey, I think Miami, Louisville, everyone they need to take notes. I think Louisville already took notes after Saturday. So yeah, man, a great win by the Cal Bears, and yeah, we will see how they finish out their season as well for Louisville. Tough loss. You were ranked in this matchup, and hey,
Yeah.
you
You were in a good spot.
you gave Miami life, Louisville.
You gave them life, gave Georgia Tech life. Yeah.
You had one job.
And then Virginia gave you a high five too. Because y'all was on the same time.
Exactly. Oh my
Virginia
god.
gave Tech and Miami life as well.
Oh my god! Look, it's the gift that keeps on giving in the ACC, Chris.
The ACC's doing its best Big 12 this year.
Yep, yep. I agree with you. I agree with you. Doing what they do best, dropping the ball and giving it to everybody else.
Chaos. Chaos, chaos, chaos.
Exactly. So yeah, man. And then finally, Chris, we will wrap up with the games of the week by talking about this game. This game happened on Friday. I watched it. It was interesting. Memphis hosted Tulane. Something had to give, Chris. So look, you only got
Mm-hmm.
one spot for the group of five, or yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the group of five teams out there. Someone has to take that mantle and run with it at the end of the day. Um, at the end of this game, it was Tulane. They won this game 38 to 32, Chris. And hey, we talked
And
about John Summerall. Was he
yeah.
overlooking? Even Silverfield, like we were looking at both of these coaches, like who's overlooking
Mm-hmm.
who the most? And they took care of business. It was a gutsy win. It was not easy. Memphis is hard to beat. You can just ask anyone. Arkansas, Ole Miss, anybody.
Right.
And yeah, Tulane got the W, Chris. What were your thoughts about this?
Shout out to Tulane. Shout out to John Summerall. They won putting up 38 points. This was a Memphis kind of game. Memphis wants it to be high scoring. They beat Memphis at their own game. Um, that's my big takeaway. And you did so on the, because this game was at Memphis.
Yes,
This was a
correct.
road game.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And I think it
impressive,
was
man.
rainy too. It was like
Yeah,
misty and raining.
yeah, yeah.
The
It was
conditions were there.
November.
Yeah, it was November. Cold, rainy in the South. That's where he.
Yeah. I mean, so to put together this kind of performance in those conditions with everything surrounding the program,
Hmm.
to block out the noise, and now you were in the driver's seat to possibly be that Group of 5 team in the playoff. We'll see how things play out. Um, this was huge for Tulane, huge for Sumrall. Um, as he continues, just add to his resume, Corey, of why he will be one of the most sought out and sought after coaches this coaching carousel.
Agreed. I think I think he's already getting those calls.
He's my favorite to take the Auburn job, and Kentucky fans, I'm sure, are not excited to hear that.
Look, if you saw the game last night, they probably was just like, "Why?"
They wanted to be on the other end of that game. They wanted to lose 38-7 to theoretically try to push Mark Stoops out. I don't know if Stoops is going anywhere, but I do know John Sumrall is going somewhere. I feel like I don't see him staying in Tulane after this season.
Oh my gosh!
And I don't think you want to see him at Auburn because if they get John Sumrall, I think Auburn is back.
Nice,
like
Cam.
like I don't know about Cam Newton back year one, but
I'm just saying
potential. There's a potential. I mean, maybe year 2 or 3, you might be saying that Auburn is a 10-11 win team.
Okay.
For real.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Look, you get your legs beat in after so long. You be in Auburn. Some got to give.
Some do got to give. That, yeah, for sure. Some has to give, and you know how Auburn is. Auburn perennially, every 3 or 4 years now, you gonna get you an Auburn team that you like. All right, Auburn got them a squad now.
Yeah. So hey, look, it's gonna get interesting. Someone's gonna get their coach.
Someone is.
Someone in the world of just college football coaches getting axed, somebody has to get lucky to get their coach. And hey, I'm pulling for Auburn. Get your good coach in there to get this program in the right direction.
Yeah. I think he'll be he'll do fine anywhere he's at. Not to rush him up out of Tulane, but I feel like the writing is kind of on the wall.
Right. So yeah, man. We will see what happens as the season progresses. But yeah, man, it was a great weekend of games for sure, Chris. And hey, if we thought week 11, had some great games, just wait till we watch week 12. It's gonna get even crazy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be a wild weekend indeed. And like we said before, it's November football. You just don't know what you're gonna get in November. We saw it this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Top teams losing to unranked teams. You can't take any game for granted. Everybody's desperate at this point of the season. Something is on the line. Pride or playoff spots, jobs. I mean, everything. Somebody has something on the line at this point.
Exactly. So someone has something on the line. So we will see. We will see what happens, Chris. But yeah, man. Great week indeed. Now, before we head out of here, folks, we have Chief of the Week. Of course, if you're just now tuning in to us and you don't know what Chief of the Week is, Chief of the Week, we have to give to one great player that made a difference for their football team week in and week out. This week's Chief of the Week for week 11 has to go to Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana. That great catch, Chris. He had 6 receptions, just 32 yards. That 32 yards came mostly from that catch in the end zone. The toenail tap to win the ball game. I look, it has to be called something. I'm calling it the toenail tap. Just an amazing play, amazing performance from Indiana, and look, he has to get Chief of the Week.
Yeah, it's not often you see a player get Chief of the Week, Corey, off of one sole play, but that play was, 10 out of 10. Spectacular, breathtaking. Ultimately, it could define Indiana's season. This is a play when they make the highlight montage that's played before Indiana football games on the big screen, on on the scoreboard. That play will be included going forward in the future. That's one of the best catches and plays in Indiana football history for the university. This is it can ultimately be when we look back at this season for Indiana, that can be the play. That's going to be the play that comes to mind. And so he deserves it. He deserves it. Omar Cooper, he won't have to pay for a meal at all the rest of the season, and some. As long as he's on campus or when he visits Bloomington, when he's in town, they gonna make sure he is well taken care of. Cause that's one of them ones right there. That's a play for the ages.
Oh yeah. Look, man, this man is gonna be treated like royalty for the rest of the season. Especially they make it to the playoffs, which I think we feel like they will. Yeah, he is set. He ain't gotta do anything. So yeah, man, that's just an amazing catch that he made over the weekend. And hey, it just shows you, Chris, the type of talent that they have over there in Indiana. They got some dogs there that are willing to put it all on the line for toenail taps.
It's crazy because it wasn't even the foot that you thought would that you would get down to make the catch. It was the other foot. It was the right foot, the right toe. Based on how he was catching the ball, you would have thought the left one would have been the one to come down in bounds. It was the other foot that got enough of the grass before going out of bounds. Just insane.
Insane. It definitely insane. So, yeah, I mean, just a great performance from him, and just a great performance from Indiana. So I had to pick him as our Chief of the Week, and the first non-quarterback in this iteration of us doing Chief of the Week here on our official YouTube channel and everything else. Yeah, it's, the first wide receiver of the season, non-quarterback out there. So I had to show some love for what Omar Cooper did over the weekend. Just an amazing play, for sure. So
agree.
Well, Chris, that's it, man. We week 11 is in the books. Great chopping it up with you, good sir.
Of course, yeah, same.
Yeah, can't wait for week 12, of course, and we'll be here. It'll be here before you know it. So yeah, man, a lot of great games coming up for sure this week. So before we head out of here, Chris, got some outros. I'll let you go ahead and start. Let the good folks know where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, you can find me on X, or as I call it, Twitter, at Chris_Bolton_12, and on Instagram at Chris.Bolton_. Holla at your boy.
Awesome. And yeah, folks, if you want to follow me on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, you can follow me at Listen to KSW, all one handle. I'm on there talking college football, professional wrestling, video games, all that, the whole nine. So yeah, definitely follow me on there. And yeah, guys, we appreciate you all. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all of that great stuff. It's definitely important for us. It helps us see the engagement that you guys bring on the show week in and week out. So we very much appreciate that. And yeah, Chris and I will be back, of course, on Friday, talking about week 12 or getting you hyped up, prepped up for week 12 of the college football season. So yeah, don't miss that as Chris and I go over some of the big games coming up over this coming weekend. So yeah, be sure to be tuned into that. And yeah, until next time, guys. I'm Corey Willis. He's Chris Bolton. You are listening to the Breakdown Sportscast. We will chat with y'all later. Peace.
Peace.